Hello everybody, welcome back to C&S Corvettes in Sarasota, Florida. This is your Corvette buddy Lyle, back after being sick and having everybody else being sick, and then the people who weren't sick got sick, and now we're all pretty much back to work. So I wanted to put out another video this week. I've had a boatload of questions over the holidays, some of which are going to be the basis of upcoming videos, but I had a gentleman call today with a very specific question. He bought a 1993 Corvette, sight unseen from a dealer, had it shipped 2,000 miles. The car got to his house, battery was dead, headliners falling in, weather strips crusty, thinks the shocks are bad, one of the headlights isn't happy. So he was very upset and he was asking me what I thought he should do. And I explained to him that he needs to contact the dealer he bought it from, express his displeasure. You know, they need to take the car back because they sent him videos and pictures, but they didn't take video or pictures of any of the things that were actually wrong with the car. So talking with him, his big question was, this car only has 28,000 miles. Why would the weather strip slash shocks slash tires slash brakes slash everything else on the car be bad with only 28,000 miles? My answer to him was, sir, this car is almost 30 years old. Time takes its toll. So today's video is how great is low mileage? Okay, here's my take on low mile cars. Low mile cars, if you're talking sub 5,000 miles on a car that is 15, 20, 30, 40 years old, that car has been a museum piece. It has been lovingly rubbed with a diaper in a humidity and temperature controlled environment its entire life. It has never gone fast. It has never been asked to make a hard turn. It has never been asked to make an emergency stop. It is basically a one-to-one, full-scale, beautiful model of a car. If that's what you want, fantastic. Go buy one. Maintain it. Use that same museum level docent dedication to keeping this car preserved exactly as it is. But don't try to turn it into something that you drive to the grocery store or something that you, God forbid, you're going to drive to the Corvette Museum for their April Fun Fest or whatever. Cars that have exceptionally low mileage are very difficult to make regular driving cars out of because all of the things that have worn out with time, rubber bits, hoses, belts, bushings, all that stuff that is dried out over time. The tires may look great, but they're 15 years old. You can't drive those because if they come apart, they're going to tear your body apart. So if you want a museum piece, buy a museum piece and keep it a museum piece. But if you want to buy, if you have a choice between a 25,000 mile car and a 60,000 mile car, and they're basically identical. Let's just call it, let's say you're looking at a 2001 Corvette Coupe, right? And one's got basically double the mileage of the other. You need to look at the quality of the car individually, just like you do when you're making new friends or trying to find a new lover. You want to look at the individual qualities of that car slash person and judge it from there. Mileage should be a small consideration because I have seen cars with 10,000 miles on them that look like they spent a season at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico, and I've seen cars with 250,000 miles on them that you could literally eat off any surface on the car. So it all comes down to the person or people who own that car for the preceding years before it became part of your collection. How was that car treated? Was the maintenance kept up? Did they have records? Did they have a working knowledge of their vehicle to where they could say, yep, I did the U-joints about 3 years ago. I do the fluids every 3 years. I just did the tires. Blah, 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 blah. That's the kind of guy you want to buy a car from, no matter who or what the mileage is. If you're buying a car that has high mileage, but has been scrupulously maintained, odds are you're going to have a car that will go down the road, start, stop, and work more frequently than a much lower mile car that hasn't been scrupulously maintained. So when you're going in your hierarchy of need, looking for your new Corvette or your new whatever, mileage is okay to consider. It's relatively important. but overall maintenance and today's condition of the car are the most important. So don't make the mistake that this poor gentleman made, where he bought a car mostly because of the mileage and discovered that it wasn't a very nice car. Buy a very nice car and then go, I wonder what the mileage is on that. You'll be much happier in the long run, and that car will be a faithful companion for you rather than a museum showpiece, if that isn't what you want. That's my thoughts on that for today. I'll be back next week with more videos, and see you soon. Thank you.